Hello, race fans. It is OG Devil Dog with episode 4 of NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. As we have seen in the beginning of episode 1, we have started our driver from the very beginning. And we are going to take him through the Truck Series to the Xfinity Series through NASCAR Series and possible retirement. Alright, as you've seen in the last episode of episode 3, I had 2 DNFs in that race. That was awful. So out of 3 races, I had 2 DNFs. And like I said, we're just going to run this driver, win or lose, and just follow him throughout his career. As most of you know, OG Devil Dog, the driver, is a Dale Earnhardt wannabe. Tries to be like the Intimidator. He grew up watching NASCAR, and he tries to emulate Dale Earnhardt, and he's made his way to the Truck Series. Now, another thing about OG Devil Dog, the driver, he's also a Broncos fan. So he's driving the blue and orange for his favorite football team, NFL football team, the Denver Broncos. All right, right now we have a new goal of 4 top 25s within 4 races. We're going to try for it, get a little greedy. And this one we're going to Dover. So for your car setups, all right, you can do 2 things here. First thing is you can look it up yourself online, bring up your phone, bring up a search bar and make it handy for you, and look up car setups for NASCAR Heat 5, or you could just follow along with me in the video where you can pause it and then just write down what I do. So you got 2 ways to set your car up. And the setup that I am using off of the website that I just told you about is by, let's see who it's by. Doesn't say on this one. There's no tags on it, so I can't tell you who it's by and who created this setup. So I'm only going to assume it was the setup man. So this is in Dover on the Truck Series. Even with my specs on, I have to enlarge it. So let's go over here to car setup at the very top. Hit X, go to custom race, and change our settings. See, these settings are all whacked out default settings, but we're going to tweak this truck to run the way we want it to. And so we're going to start with the shock settings. It's going to be 5333 on the top 4. So just follow along with me. If you don't want to look it up yourself, you can write these down. And we can go from there. The bottom 4 are 3443. So there's 3. Make that one 4. Make that one 4. And drop that one all the way down to 3. Now we're going down to weight settings. 54.2, 49.5, 49.5. And the way I like to drive both my truck and my cars is at as low as they can go at 4. Alright, now let's go to spring settings. We're going to max the top 2 out to 1200. And this one to 500, and the one after that to 580. Back that up to 500, drop that one down to 580. Now we're going to check our tire pressure at 19.75, so we're going to add a little air to that one. A little air to that one, bring it up to 48. Drop that one down to 19.75 and leave that one alone. And our miscellaneous settings, we are going to 3.5. So let's bump this up to 3.5. Drop this down to 2.5. Leave that one alone. Bump this up to 10. And lower this one down to 10.5. That's going to stay at 70, and this next one's going to be at 55. Change that to 12 degrees. Leave that 0.125 alone. Go down to gears, double check those. Alright, we're going to drop that down to 270. Drop this one down to 180. Drop that down to 130. And drop that down to 375. Alright, now we save it. Save it a couple of times every time, just to make sure it sticks. Double check it real quick. Make sure everything stayed. Back out and go to qualify setup. And we're going to do the same thing we did on race setup. We're going to do this to 5333 on the top 4. The bottom 4, we're going to do 3443. Before I move on, 3443, okay? Now we're going to go down here to weight settings. 54.2, leave that one alone. Drop that one to 49.5. Drop that one down to 49.5. And then lower these all the way down to 4. Want a low ride height. Okay? So we're going over here. We're going to bump these two up to 1200. Bump that one to 500. And bump that to 580. Alright, you ask, oh gee, why are you running an old game? Well, the servers may be down on it where you can't play online against anybody anymore. That's quite alright. It's still a cool game to play by yourself and piddle around with. And just to have fun with like we are. So this is what we're doing. Alright. Bring that down to 2.5. So that answers your question. Bump that one up to 10. And that one 10.5. I have several games in hard copies, and I have some on digital. I actually prefer hard copies, so I can come back to a game later and play it. And 2.7. 1.8. These are the same settings I'm using to race with and qualify with. 1.3 and 3.75. So, before I go any further, take a moment to pause this video. If you don't want to look it up yourself, these are the settings on the NASCAR Heat car setup guides. And this is for the truck series at Dover. So I'm going to save it real quick. So go ahead and pause the video and get your totals in. Alright, we are ready to go for practice. Now before I start this race and start this qualifying and practicing and racing, I want to thank you all for taking the moment to view my channel, watch my episodes, watch my content. For those of you that are viewing, liking, and subscribing, it is greatly appreciated. You are helping my channel grow. Our ultimate goal right now as we speak, we are at 67 subscribers. Our goal is to reach 100. So our ultimate goal is to reach 500, but we're going to reach 100 first and get the first 100 subscribers. So let's work together and get that going. For those of you that are just joining my channel, and if you're on PC, the bottom right hand corner is a white watermark. If you hover over that, you can quickly subscribe that way, or you can click the subscribe button under the video or go to my profile picture, go to my main page and subscribe that way. Now, until I get my channel monetized, I have my Cash App link in my donations on the description. Just go in there, look in description. You can donate that way to my Cash App, or click on my profile picture, and on my main page it's also there too. So let's further ado, let's get into practice and have us a little fun. Take my spectacles off now that I got my settings going. And our goal was to beat 51.51. Okay, nope, I'm sorry. 28.257. So let's see how we do at beating this 28 seconds. When I see that red, I always let off the accelerator just a little bit. That way I don't drift too much. Let it turn back green again, or at least yellow. So I don't hit the wall like that. Oh, I hit the wall. That was a bad spin out. We're going to try this one more time. I lost control coming around that curve. Messed my aerodynamics up. That's alright. I definitely didn't get it this time, but we're going to try it one more time.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
Did it again. Oh.
Inside.
We got it. We're going to have to laugh about that. Even with hitting the wall, we still beat the time. Wow. That's all I can say. We're just going to have to big sigh on that and qualify and go from there.
Let's go.
All right, we got to beat 28.417 to even qualify, or we start at the back of the pack, and then it's going to be a battle to get to the top. Go ahead and laugh and say, Devil Dog, you suck.
Okay, fast lap here. Qualifying's over. Good job.
27.37. Oh, that put us in the middle of the pack at 18th. Oh, wow. Okay. So we DNF'd the last two races, and that messed up our 10% rating. Right, so we're going to have to battle our way to the top and hope we do not get another DNF.
Careful, still there.
Remember, y'all, Rubbin's racing. I'm not intentionally trying to wreck drivers, but I'm going to do my thing to get to the front.
Hold your line. You're all clear up top there. Got a car high now. You're all clear up top there. Careful, still there. Inside.
They're not wanting to let me through, are they? This is why I talk about Rubbin's racing.
Hold that line, driver.
Make them let me through.
Clear high, bud. Clear down low. Got a car low now. Clear all around.
Oh. Ah. Well. They dropped me all the way to 30th on that.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready here. Looking inside now.
My partner's in 29th.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there. Clear low there. All right, clear outside. car high, careful there. You got room, you're clear. Hold your line, got one inside. You got room, you're clear. 20 laps to
And
go.
before you ask, I turned the DNF off because here's why I turned DNF off. Because if these AI drivers wreck, they get right back in the race. And if I wreck
Clear low, bud.
with
Car
DNF
outside.
on,
Clear high, bud.
then I get to did not finish.
You're all clear up top.
So yes, I did turn it off. Because these drivers don't seem to, like if they wreck or whatnot,
Clear high. You got room, you're clear.
they don't get DNFs. They just get right back in.
Still there? Clear all around.
I did a little research on that. And the reason I turned it off is because it was intentionally put in the game that way that only the player would DNF, not other drivers. And that's another thing that they need to fix for a future NASCAR game is any wreck is a DNF, not just the player.
Got a car low now. You got room, you're clear. Stay low. All clear. Tower is called a caution.
Of course. I didn't cause that one.
All right, now, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready here. Hammer down. All clear. The race is half over.
I don't know if it was an intentional that they did this or something they forgot to correct, but the AI drivers, if they wreck and they don't get a DNF, I mean, they wreck and they don't get DNF, well,
You got room. You're clear.
how do you fix that?
Bottom's clear.
Okay?
All right.
Make it fair for the player and the AI. Turn it off completely. Because I've not once seen an AI driver get a DNF. Oh, dadgum. They've got me all the way down to 32nd. Wow. Fight my way back all the way up to where I was.
You got room. You're clear. I need 10 solid laps. Concentrate. Clear high, bud. All right, you're clear. Car on the outside now. Clear high, bud. You got room. You're clear there. All right, you're clear there. All right, you're clear. Clear low, clear low. Low's clear. You're all clear up top. Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
We're working our way up there.
Careful, still there.
We may not catch the leader, but we are going to get back up to where we were. In fact, we started 18th. We're in 15th now.
Stay low. You got room. You're clear. Car high. Careful. All right. You're clear there. Five to go. You got this. Still there? Clear all around. Car there on the outside. Still there. You got room. You're clear.
Leader's a half a lap ahead of me. And I don't have that many laps to catch up to him, but I will do my best to at least get up there another position. Maybe. If I stay off the wall.
Car there on the outside.
That's what I get for yapping.
Inside. Clear low.
And I lost position. Alright. So I'm not going to worry about trying to catch the leader. I'm just going to get my butt back up there as far as I can.
I need 2 more solo laps, bud. Keep it going. Still there. Still there. 1 more to go.
Alright, last lap. We are in 14th. We started 18th and we moved up 4 positions.
Great job.
That's it. 14th position. Wow. That's all I can say. So the research I did earlier was about the DNF, and I don't know, I said intentionally, maybe I'm wrong, maybe the developers forgot to put it in the game or fix it in the game, but only the driver, the player, DNFs, not the AI driver. And that is kind of one of the worst things that you could have possibly done, put in this game, was to make the driver the only one that DNFs. And aggressive driving style annoys some drivers. It's rubbing a racing, baby. I should ramp it up. He can get over it. He can cry. He can cry. Alright, I'm going to pause the video just for a second so I can get a drink. Alright, our next track is Charlotte in this series. So let's see how we do here. Let's go to our handy dandy cell phone and bring up the Charlotte settings. That's for Dover. Let's go back a page to Charlotte. If you are wanting to look this up your own, car setup for NASCAR Heat 5. And let's bring up the trucks and put my handy dandy specs on so I can see what's going on. Alright, let's go to event. We're at the Charlotte Speedway. And we're doing a custom setup. Who's this? Okay, this one is also by the setup man. I love his setups. Alright, I'm trying to see why my setups weren't showing up. There we go. These are all going to be 5s in the top 4. 5454. Weight distribution is 54.2 and 52.9. 53.4. And drop these down to 4. 1200 and 1180. My game glitched, and that's why I didn't see my setups, and I had to back out and come back in. 600 and 580. Let's go over to tire pressure at 24. 57.5. 24 and 57.5. I'm going to change this to 3.4. Bring that down to 2.4 and 15.85. And max these both out at 15. You got time to write this down if you want to write it down. And 70 and 35, that was staying the same. And drop this down to 3 degrees. And drop that all the way down to 0.5. So let's look at our gear settings. Drop this all the way down to 2.05. 1.5. 1.1. And 3. Alright, let's save it. Save it a couple times. Let's back out and go to qualify setup. And the same thing. All 5s on the first 4. Five, 4, 5, 4. And drop this one down to 54.2. That one's going to be left alone. 52.9. 53.4. And 4. Go over to the springs. 1200 and 1180. $600 and $580. And now we're going to tire pressure, 24 and 57.50. $24 and 57.50. All right, now we're going over here. 3.4. Negative 2.4. 1585, and max both of these, the track bars, to 15. Alright, now we're at 70 and 35. Leave that alone. Drop that down to 3. And drop that down to 0.05. Now we're going to gear settings. 2.05. 1.5. 1.1. And 3. Now, like I've stated, you can find these online. If you look up NASCAR Heat 5 car setups. Or you can just follow along and pause the video where we're at. Alright, let's go do our practice. We need to beat 34.347. And that's just to get our bonus for the practice.
Got one down low now. You got room. You're clear. Pitting car just ahead.
Alright, we got it. And so, I've switched over from expert to a little bit of a driving aid, and I did a custom. And that's what I'm running at 30%, 40. I may lower those, but that's what I'm running right now on my driving aids. To kind of help out a little bit, because I was like all over the track, wrecking and everything else. So let's kind of, I bumped those up a little bit, went to a custom instead of expert. So let's return to garage. We got that. Now let's go qualify. We need to beat 32.97 to get the pole. Okay, we're going to try. 34.37 to even make it in the pack. I'm just tweaking things a little bit here as we go. I don't want to be going all over the track, sliding everywhere.
All right now, just like practice, qualifying count. Here we go.
Because I'm not using a steering wheel, I'm actually using a controller. So there is a difference between using a steering wheel and a controller.
All right, we're going to see where that puts us on the starting grid.
We got a 16th. We're going to have to battle. All right, we got to finish in the top 25 to get our
Coming to the green. Be ready.
bonus.
Green's out now. Let's go. Inside. Still there.
17 laps.
Hold your line, got one inside. Stay high, stay high. You got room, you're clear. Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high. Still there, inside. Looking inside now. Stay high, stay high. Inside. Clear down low. You got room, you're clear there. Careful, still there. Careful, still there. Careful, still there. Careful, still there. Top 3, use it if you need it. Stay on the bottom.
Alright, so far we're doing really well.
You're all clear up top there. Still there? You got room, you're clear there. Got a car coming inside now.
It's nerve-wracking coming around those curves trying to avoid that wall. But we can do it.
Still there? Stay low. All clear.
Alright, we've worked our way up to 7th. Now to stay up there without crashing.
Stay on the bottom. You got room, you're clear there. Got a car low now. All right, clear low.
Okay, and I'm only running these races at 13%, so whatever happens, happens. And I'm not going to make y'all watch an entire 2-hour-long race. They get long and tiring. Okay, we're still in 6th, but we are closing in.
Car outside, hold your line. Clear all around.
And we just overtook 3rd. That means we got 2 cars ahead of us. And there they are in sight. We're down to 6 laps. Well, I tried to pass him high and didn't do it. It's alright, get in his draft.
Careful.
Slingshot around him.
Alright, you're clear.
That put us in second. We're down to 5 laps to go.
To go, driver.
Well, while you're hanging out behind Majeski, I'm going around you.
You got room. You're clear there.
All right, we are now in first. We have battled our way up from 16th position starting all the way up to first place. Now we got to hold the lead for the next 4 laps.
Stay on the bottom. All right, you're clear there.
Ooh, I got to stay off that wall. There's Mr. Harmon, Mike Harmon, my teammate,
Stay on the bottom.
the owner of my team.
You got room. You're clear.
Well, hate to say it, Mr. Harmon, but I am going to own my own team eventually. Jennifer Jo Cobb, number 20, the 29th position. Lapping her.
Clear high, clear high. Clear high, bud.
Can we do this?
White flag. Next time by.
All right. This lap and one more. I think a lot of these driving aids are for those that use the steering wheel. Some really good drivers that use the steering wheel, or racers that I've raced with in the past. Oh, sorry, Nemechek. That I've raced with in the past, they've used the steering wheel, and they're just awesome. And the driving aids seem to benefit them with having them turned off a lot more than using a joystick like I'm using, or a controller like I'm using. Now, some people can do this a lot better with a controller than they can a steering wheel. That's okay. All right, look at that. We finished first. We came from 16th. Let's check out the replay for a second. Take a drink of my handy dandy coffee. Well, those 2 DNFs that I had in episode 3, they made me take it on the jaw like Jake Paul. Seriously. They made me go down. And I did a little research between this episode and the last episode, and like I said about the DNFs, that was, I guess it was intentional. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was, but a DNF did not finish. if that's turned on, then the drivers, the AI drivers, they still race. Even though they wreck, they bring their trucks and cars back out on the track, and they don't. I have not seen a DNF. In all the years I've been playing this game, I have not seen an AI get a DNF. Only the player. So that's something that they need to fix in a future NASCAR game if they make a future one, is that the AI drivers also get a DNF if they wreck or whatnot. So, I mean, it's not really fair to the player that the AI drivers do not get a DNF and only the player does. So, I mean, that's something they can fix in later games. I would love to see I love the owning the team aspect, but I would also love to see the hiring and firing of drivers, just like in Madden. You can hire your teammates or whatnot there. Your concessions, your merchandise, you can play with your prices there. I would love to see that, and I would also love to see a more detailed paint booth of where you can have pretty much design your own designs and without using the presets. So what I'm saying there, like if I wanted lightning bolts going across there, I could add lightning bolts, like I could way back in NASCAR Thunder. That was an awesome game. It had an awesome paint booth. All right, so we're going to finish this race, close out of it, and see where we are in the standings. We are 6th in standings, so we can probably fix that. Let's do one more tracks and then we will finish this episode. Look at that, got the on the move. Finish event and go to the next track. And another thing, I'm not a real fan of road courses. I mean, I like them. They're just long. Um, One thing that I did like about previous NASCAR games in the past was being able to skip certain tracks if you didn't like them or whatnot and switch them out with a different track. They could add that into a future NASCAR. But with the way NASCAR is going downhill with all these rules and regulations and these crybaby drivers that whine and cry about getting a paint job scraped, and you wonder why the sport's going downhill. All right, so the next one is Kansas. If you look it up online, NASCAR Heat 5 car setups, it brings you to all the tracks and your setups for each track. This one is Kansas. I'm scrolling to it real quick. There we go. And let me bring it up for the truck series. And the setup man did this one too. Man, I really like the setup mans. So we're going to do this track and call this episode. I want to try to do 2 or 3 races per episode, maybe 4, depending on time. But it is Christmas Day, and we're about to eat dinner, so I got time to do one more race for this episode. Especially with me only running 13%. So let's go ahead and go to custom race setup and change our setup. Look at that, that's the default. I don't like the default. I actually like the setup mans. So we're going to change that to 5537. Five four seven four. I hope everybody's had an excellent Merry Christmas. And no, I'm not being politically correct because it is Christmas. It is not just one holidays. It is Christmas. Next week is New Year's. Now this one's a 49.8. And this one will be a 49.7. So you get mad at me for not being politically correct all you want. That's quite all right. This is your opinion. My opinion is it's Christmas time and New Year's time. So we'll leave it at that. I think that this politically correct is a bunch of silliness, and you're taking away free speech. I'm 50 years old. I have no time for being politically correct. I'm not. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. If you know me in real life, I don't sugarcoat. There's 22. Drop that down to 49.50. That one's going to be 21.75, and drop that up to 50.25. But like I was saying, I don't sugarcoat, and I don't want anybody sugarcoating with me. Be straight up. Okay, this is going to be 3.5. You have more respect with people if you are straight up with them and not trying to beat around the bush and save their feelings. 10 and 11.25. 68, and move that to 60. 12 and 0.125. Alright. 3214, 3214, and 3. Drop that one down to 3.1. I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to go to the next setup, and it's the exact same thing, and I will pause it there. Just wait a second before we switch screens and let you write it down if you want to write it down instead of going to the NASCAR Heat 5 car setup screen. It's going to be 5537. 3 7 5474. 5 4 7 4. Okay. And this one is 54.2, 49.8, 49.7, and 4s. Just the way I like to write them, low. Alright, going to the springs. 1200 on both. Max those front springs out. And I am going to make an adjustment once we get to the track, and I'm going to lower my custom settings down just a little bit more. And kind of play with that a little bit until we get the perfect setup there. And we're going to max that out to 600. And we're going to do 22, 49.5, 21.75, and 50.25. Go to that one, the next one, and we're going to bump that up to 3.5. Drop it down to 2. Leave that one alone. Drop that one down to 10. And 11.25. 68 and 60. 12 and 0.125. Now gear settings is 321.4. 321.4, and drop that one down to 3.1. And we're going to save it. Save it a couple times, and then stay on the screen for you long enough for you to pause it. So take a minute and pause it and write these down. There we go. And now let's go practice. We're going to make a couple adjustments, probably lower a couple things down before we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it and go to driving aids and drop that down to 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, and leave the wall avoidance alone. So that's where we're going to start at.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
I had everything at 0, but as you saw, I was all over the place. I am not using a steering wheel. I'm using a controller. So I have to have a little bit of help on there. So we're going to finish this race in this episode and call it a day. So we have to beat 37.395 in practice. Alright, I'm not sliding all over the place. I'm almost driving perfect the way I want. So you just have to fiddle with your setups on the way you want and what driving aids you want to use to help you drive better and the way with your play style. Alright, we got that. Look at that. Return to the garage. We had to beat 37.395 and we did. So there we go. Let's go to qualify. Ooh, 34.272 for the pole.
Time to go.
All right. See how we do. Let's get warmed up and let's go for it.
One lap to go. Concentrate. Give us all you got.
See what we got.
All right, time's up. Let's see where we place.
We got 30. We got third. All right, that's not bad at all. We're at the Kansas
Speedway. Out there.
Speedway.
Going green. Almost ready now. Green flag, green flag.
We have 22 short laps to go.
Careful, still there.
We got this.
Stay low, stay low. Still there? All right, you're clear. Stay low. All right, clear outside.
All right, we got first place. We're in first right now, so let's keep it. We got to get our points back from those 2 DNFs that we had. And going back onto that subject, I think it was really bad for the developers to only make the player DNF and not the AI cars. But that's alright. You can go in and just turn it off and go through it.
20 more laps, no mistake.
Looks like this is going to be a Sunday drive for us. Smooth driving. Look at that. quick laps, about 30 seconds apiece. So about 10 minutes, 11 minutes to run through this. We've got a clean race. Nobody's going to be whining and crying. We got this. I'm not all over the track. I've made a few adjustments on my custom setup. And I feel like I'm driving a Cadillac now. I don't feel like I'm playing bumper cars.
Keep it up. That was your best lap ever.
So, thank you for sticking it out with me. Thank you for watching my videos. Some of them are long, but they are rather enjoyable. They're a little fun to watch. So, and you see me mess up and do things, that's alright. And you never know what I'm going to talk about in my videos. So, for the time being, thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. And if you would, please subscribe to my channel. My ultimate goal right now is to reach 100 subscribers. We are at 67. So let's get up to 100 and we will set another goal. You can subscribe on PC if you're watching my videos. The bottom right hand corner is a watermark, a white watermark that you can just hover over and quick subscribe that way. Or you can click the subscribe button under the video or go to my profile picture and go to my main page on YouTube and subscribe that way. If you would like to make donations to my channel to help my channel grow and continue growing, you can look in the description for my Cash App and make donations that way. Or you can go to my profile picture and click on my Cash App there. I have that set up for donations too. And so I would greatly appreciate the donations, because the more donations I have, the better my content becomes. Like in other games I play, it will help me unlock other things and that I can share with you, show you what it's like or whatnot. So it is what it is. So if you'd like to donate, feel free to.
Clear low, bud.
It's all about making my channel better for you viewers.
Clear down low. Caution's out. Wave them off.
Oh man, come on. My channel is for you viewers, and for you subscribers. And you asked, and I've been asked this before and I keep reiterating on it, is that subscribing, does it cost anything to subscribe to a channel? No, it does not cost a thing. All that means on YouTube is that you are following that content creator. You will see that content creator's videos before non-subscribers do. That's all that means. So help me get those subscribes up. The more subscribes we have, the better we are. The more views we have, the better we are. And I can't do it. This channel cannot succeed without you viewers and without you subscribers. So I greatly appreciate and love you all for taking the time to view and taking the time to subscribe to my channel. You're making it worthwhile of me making videos for you. And I'm kind of doing something a little special here with this episode of NASCAR Heat, and that is starting a driver from the beginning and working until he retires. Win or lose, until he retires. Or until we decide to retire him. Now, I do play other games. One other main game that I'm usually on is DC Universe Online, but we're taking a break from that, running league and groups and stuff for the next couple of days because of the holidays. I know everybody wants to be with their families, so we're not doing anything with our league. If you're in on an Xbox server, look for OG Devil Dog, OG space D3VIL D4WG. Look for me. I'm with Easy Company, or look for any member of Easy Company and ask them for an invite to the league. Or Crossover Angels, my brother league. It's run by Wolfman. He has multiple Wolfman characters, and all of them have like an RL for Red Lantern, or OL for Orange Lantern, or GL for Green Lantern. Just find Wolfman. Find the initials in front, some color initial, and then the L for Lantern, and then space Wolfman for Crossover Angels. That is my brother league, and we run a lot of groups nightly at 7 p.m. And we can invite you to our league chat. We're on headsets a lot. Some are not, and they just use the group chat to communicate. And so we have a lot of fun. So if you want to run with us nightly at 7 p.m., that is awesome. Just like I said, the next tonight and Friday night, we are kind of being chill. We're picking back up, I think, Saturday. And then preparing for the new year, taking a day or two off there too for the new year. And we'll get back to regular schedule after the holidays. But I am usually in that game, DC Universe Online, or I'm on the Hunter Call of the Wild. The Hunter Call of the Wild, we are actually in an event right now until January 1st. And if you play that game, look for OG Devil Dog. Watch my videos on YouTube. I have DC Universe on a playlist. I have this on a playlist. And I also have the Hunter Call of the Wild on a playlist. Now, I do play other games. I have a sports playlist too. Oh, there's a wall I'm talking. I do have a sports playlist, but it's only got a handful of videos in it. But, yeah. Feel free to like my channel and subscribe. Watch my playlist. Start at the oldest content and work your way up until the current content.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear.
And you do that, you can, like in DC Universe, on that playlist, you can start at the newest content and work your way backwards like I am on completing feats for extra skill points.
Alright, you're clear.
If you want to learn how to do a harvest check on the Hunter Call of the Wild, watch my videos, watch that playlist.
Clear all around there.
If you just want to follow OG Devil Dog as a racer, as a rookie racer, then hey, subscribe to this playlist. Or subscribe to my channel and watch this playlist. We're down to one lap after this.
You got room, you're clear there. White flag is in the air.
Alright, one to go. Been lapping people left and right here.
Room, you're clear.
So I am going to leave my setups alone on my custom driving aids and stuff, and then only adjust my track settings for qualifying racing. As you see, everything's working out well. And turn off that DNF, because you will be the only one DNFing. The AI drivers won't.
Nobody kept up with you today.
There we go. We finished first. We're moving up in points. Let's skip that. And let's check out the replay real quick. That orange and blue for the Broncos. That's a pretty looking truck. I like that truck. I think I'm going to keep that paint scheme. I really wish that NASCAR would have more paint schemes that you can play around with and just add together. Alright, there's the replay. Let's continue. And let's check out our race earnings. And we have moved up to 5th position. So first is 285. We're less than 20. We're 26 points away from first. We got this. Those 2 DNFs really hurt me. But that's alright. Look at that Devil Dog. D3 VIL, D4 WG. Got the fastest lap, and I bet you I had the most laps led. There you go. And that's how you find me on YouTube, and that's how you find me in DC Universe Online. OG Devil Dog. OG space D3 VIL D4 WG. Just like that. Let's finish the event and move on and get ready for the next one before we end the episode. So while we're waiting to end the episode, look at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. There is a white subscribe button for you PC viewers. Hover over that and quickly subscribe, okay? And under the video you can subscribe that way, or you can go to my profile and subscribe that way. Just click on my profile icon and it will take you to my main page. If you would like to donate, look at the description. My Cash App is there, and it's also on my profile. Look at that. 5 wins this season. Yeah, we will see each other in the championship, Austin Hill. I'm coming for it. I'm gunning for it. All right. Well, we got 3 out of the 4. The next race, let's see where it is. Just to see. And it is in Texas. We just had a problem in Texas on episode 3, but we will catch that back up later in episode 5. This is OG Devil Dog. I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you all for viewing. Help me get my subscribers up to 100, and then we will set a new goal. For the time being, in the meantime, between time, enjoy my videos, and I will see you next episode. Everybody have a blessed day and Merry Christmas.